Hi folks, welcome to the Sabre Zone. This is the video on this channel that always discusses what you had to say and how you said it. And we're going to take a look at one. Yes, I got another Sabre Zone coming your way because you guys have been sending me out a ton of clips. And don't forget, I'm catching up all the videos. I'm finding these notes and I'm archiving them and things like that. And your video requests, guys. Some of the requested videos, I have been archiving it, just so you know. All right, we're going to talk about this because it's a very, very good topic. Here is the clip. And 254.0 gets a shutout here. Yeah, you see 254. I caught that, whatever, it was like 10 days ago. But I finally, I did archive it. He goes, I think we as a fan base need to be realistic of our expectations. Yes, we want success, but we cannot rush this process. It took Colorado years of patience to finally win it all. There you go. Can truer words be said than that? No. No, we have to, guys, we do have to calm down and relax. I get it. We want to improve the team. That's our instinct. So it's our God-given instincts to improve, to progress, right? We always progression. But like Adams has made it clear. Sorry, guys, it's really hot in here. Adams has made it very clear. He doesn't want to rush the process. He doesn't want to fast forward. And I 100% agree with Adams. I agree with this comment. Because if we start fast forwarding things, folks, we're gonna, and you know what? The fans that said that he should fast forward be the first ones to say, why did Adams do all that? This is what, fans are. No, we can't fast forward. We can't. We gotta be patient. We gotta let this process play itself out. We gotta trust he knows what he's doing. Folks, look what he's done with the cap. Look at our team right now. Try to think not too long ago, the 18-game losing streak. Try to think of that, right? How long ago was that? A little over a year ago, right? Not that long ago, guys. We looked like the worst team since the 1975 Washington Capitals. That's how bad we looked, literally, in that 18-game losing streak. I mean, or was it 17? No, it was 18, right? It was 18. I believe it's 18. I'm so scarred by it, I try to bury the memory. But I can tell you, I believe this too, with all my heart, guys, that 18-game losing streak is going to be money in the bank when we're in a Game 7 in a series. We're going to be terrified of losing. Those memories will come back clear as day, and it will be enough, I believe, to help push them over the hump in a situation like that. If the Sabres get into a playoff next year, okay, and I don't want to say where I'm picking them. I got to see how the offseason plays out. To be honest, guys, I know everybody's talking about, well, Detroit got better, Ottawa got better. I haven't seen it yet. And I heard last year that the Sabres were going to be dead last overall by most Sabres fans. So come on. No. Next year, we should be about 10 games over 500, I figure, when the season's all said and done. This is right now what I'm thinking. I don't know how I'm going to think before the season starts. I might have a change of heart. There might be trades. Might be, there could be a shift in chemistry. There could be all sorts of things that can happen. You look at these teams now, like Ottawa, Detroit. Ottawa, above and beyond, I think, really, really did well. Really did well this offseason, but they had to because they were basically very bad. But they did terrible with some of their signings. The Norris signing's horrible. I know the Ottawa fans won't want to hear that, but that's $8 million a year for a guy with, what is he, 50 goals, career goals, 52 career goals or something? At least when we gave Skinner $9 million, I mean, the guy was an established 30-goal guy. This guy's had one 30-goal season under his belt, and he's young, and things can change fast. He could get an injury. There's reasons why I don't want to see the Sabres jump into contracts. Like, we did the proper thing when it come to Olofsson, giving him 2 years. We give him 2 years. He knows that if he does really good in those 2 years, I'm sure he has a verbal agreement with Adams that we are going to take care of you, okay? But we need to see more than a 30-game slump, regardless if you have a sore wrist or not. We can't. We just can't. I'm gonna be very curious to see how Norris pans out in Ottawa now. $8 million, guys. $8 million. That's a lot. That's a lot for a guy that has 52 career goals. I believe it's 52, so I'm just going to go with that number. 52 career goals in his career. I don't know. That's a lot. But I'm not saying he's not a stud. He's a stud for sure. But I wouldn't want him now is what I'm saying in a trade because it's $8 million. $8 million. Put it this way. Would you guys trade him for Tage Thompson? No, we wouldn't, right? Absolutely no, we wouldn't. And do we want to pay Tage $8 million? No, we might have to. But Tage, you know what? I'm going to count on his religious beliefs. I'm going to believe his faith in God is going to keep him. You guys have mentioned this more than once. Keep him away from the greed factor. I think they'll be able to sit down with Tage and say, look, Tage, we want to keep this team winning. We realize you probably can make a bit more in the open market than what we're going to offer you if you were unrestricted. And he might just sit there and say, guys, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to play here. I'm happy with my wife here. My child was born here. There's a lot of factors that go into this man's life. I believe this guy became amazing in hockey all of a sudden because he was a man of God, and he also did the right things. He worries about, I'm sure off ice, he worries about his family more than he does his hockey career. Just the way he seems to be, this guy. So, yeah, Tage, absolutely, I would say is going to be a big one that we're going to come into. We'll have to look at this, but that's what comes down to all this here. Guys, do you want to lose Tage Thompson in a few years if he becomes a 50-goal guy this year? I'm just saying, do you? Because if we start signing all these names, all these high-ticket items, and some of you said 1 or 2 years. Yes, that I agree with. Yeah, we can manage the cap that way because we're losing them anyway and we're not going to re-sign them most likely. And I get there's a love affair going on with Patrick Kane. I say, I'm just going to go on the record saying it's about 25% chance I think he'll land as a Sabre one day. That's my estimate, 25%. I don't think there's any more than that. His age. Everybody's saying, he still plays at a high level. His age. I'll just keep coming right back. His age. Are we going to sign him for $10 million at 35 years old, 36 years old? Come on. We can't do that. Not with these young studs coming up. Do we believe in these kids or not? Because if we think that we need a Patrick Kane to get them over the hump, then that means that we just don't really believe in this young core that we have up and coming. I see in Ottawa believe in their core, and what they did is they made the right signings and adjustments on their team this year. Detroit too. They went the same route in the offseason. The Sherratt signing, I can't really agree with. I think that's a bad signing for Detroit, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. It was a horrible signing for Florida. I mean, he just walked. What'd they lose? A first rounder. Florida, come on. Come on. You don't give a first rounder for a rental. That's how your team suffers eventually, So that's kind of the way I'm looking at things, guys, right now with, the main thing with this, okay? And like he says, we have to be realistic of our expectations. If you guys want Patrick Kane and you want Nazem Kadri, I want them too. But I want my cap space just a little more than I want those guys because I know that's going to take care of all our players. We're not going to have this cap crunch thing going on, guys. 254 says it exactly. Yes, we want success, but we cannot rush this process. We can't. And yes, it's frustrating as a Sabres fan because we've suffered the most. Maybe in the entire history of the NHL, I don't think any team has suffered like we have the last decade. Maybe the Capitals in the 70s. But that, within 10 years, they were a powerhouse when they got Rod Langway. So, we've been suffering a long time, guys. We have. And yes, we're fed up. Yes, we're frustrated. Yes, we want success. But do you want to say yes also to losing, let's say, some of the guys that we have right now? I'm talking the high-end guys. Do you really want to take a chance on losing some of those guys because we went and locked in somebody that's 35 years old? I don't know. If the Sabres went after Patrick Kane and got him, and they got him at like $6.5 million or something, okay, I'm good with that. 7, because he's going to have a cliff. He's going to have a season all of a sudden where it's 10 goals and 25 assists, and that season's coming. He's getting further from his best days and closer to his worst as we speak tonight. So we got to be careful. We do. We have to be absolutely careful with the cap, with our future, because right now, guys, we have pieces in play. We didn't have this under Murray, Botterill. We didn't have this security that Adams has established already with the trades of Eichel and Reinhart, right? He, and Risto. Let's not forget Risto, how he burned Philly there too. So we can't mess that up by rushing and panicking. It's not going to make a damn bit of difference. It's not. When it's all said and done, if we miss the playoffs, we miss the playoffs. If we don't win the cup, we don't win the cup. But we have to build towards winning the cup. That's my point. All right, guys, just my take. I'll see you guys in the next one.